Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please let me introduce myself. My name is Nurcahyo Bagus Prasetyo. I'm from X Science 1. My number absence is 27. So I'm going to tell you a story about Sangkuriang, a legend in West Java. Once upon a time, there lived a wise king who had a beautiful daughter. Her name was Dayang Sumbi. She liked weaving very much. One day she was weaving a cloth. Suddenly, one of her tools fell onto the ground. She was very tired, but at the same time, she was too lazy to take it. Then she just shouted out loud, "Anybody there? Bring me my tool. I'll give you a special present. If you're a female, I'll be your best friend. I'll be your sister, and if you're male, then I'm going to marry you." Suddenly, a male dog named Tumang came. He brought her falling tool. Dayang Sumbi was very surprised. She regretted her words, but she couldn't deny it. So she had to marry Tumang and leave her father. Then they lived in a small village. Several months later, they had a son. His name was Sangkuriang. He was a handsome and healthy boy. Sangkuriang liked hunting very much. He often went hunting to the wood using his arrow. When he went hunting, Tumang was always with him. One day, Dayang Sumbi wanted to eat deer's heart. She asked Sangkuriang to hunt a deer. "Sangkuriang, will you hunt a deer for today? I want to eat a deer's heart so much," asked Dayang Sumbi. "Of course, Mom. Whatever you want, I will give it to you. I'll do whatever it takes," replied Sangkuriang. "Tumang, where are you? Come on, we have to hunt for a deer." Then Sangkuriang went to the wood with his arrow and his faithful dog. But after several days in the wood, Sangkuriang couldn't find any deer. They were all disappeared. Sangkuriang was exhausted and desperate. "Oh God, where can I find such a deer? It has been several days. I don't want to disappoint my mom." Sangkuriang then thought again for a later, and he got an idea. "Oh, I know. Tumang, come here." Sangkuriang then called Tumang. "Sorry, but this is my last thing to do to you, Tumang." Sangkuriang then killed his faithful dog. He didn't know that the dog was his father. At home, he gave Tumang's heart to her mother. "Sangkuriang, are you lying to me? Are you sure it's a deer? I think it's not a deer." "You can't lie to me. It is Tumang's heart, isn't it? Why did you kill him?" said Dayang Sumbi, full of anger. She hit Sangkuriang at his head. Again, Sangkuriang left her mother in sadness. Many years has passed, and Sangkuriang became a strong young man. He has wandered all over place in the world, and then he came to a village, small village, where once he was living in, but he didn't realize. There he met Dayang Sumbi. At the time, Dayang Sumbi was given an eternal beauty by God, so she stayed young forever. Both of them didn't know each other, so they fell in love, and then they decided to marry. But then Dayang Sumbi recognized a scar on Sangkuriang's head. "Sangkuriang, why is there a scar in your head, on your head?" asked Dayang Sumbi. Oh, when I was a child, I was hit by my parent, you know, for being naughty, replied him. Dayang Sumbi was very shocked. She knew that Sangkuriang was his son. It was impossible for them to marry. She told him, but he didn't believe her. Sangkuriang wished that they marry soon. So Dayang Sumbi gave him a very difficult condition. Sangkuriang, if you want to marry me, then you'll have to build a big lake and a big boat in one night. Can you do that? I mean, they are for our honeymoon, man. Asked Dayang Sumbi. What? Impossible. For the first thought, Sangkuriang was very shocked by the condition, but then he obliged. Well, bet it's okay for you. I'll do it. I can do that. Sangkuriang agreed finally. With the help of jinns and spirits, Sangkuriang tried to build them. By midnight, he had finished building the lake by building a dam in Citarum River. Then he started building the boat. It was almost done when he nearly finished it. Meanwhile, Dayang Sumbi kept watching on them. She was very worried when she knew this, so she made lights in the east. Huh? Troops? Stop your work! It's already dawn! The sun will start to rise! Quickly! Go home! Said the chair of jinns. They left Sangkuriang alone. Sangkuriang, you can't finish my condition. It means that you can't marry me. You know, said Dayang Sumbi. You cheated! You made the light so that my troops go. Because of that, I couldn't fulfill your conditions, shouted Sangkuriang. Sangkuriang was very angry. So he kicked the boat. Then the boat flipped out upside down, turned out to be Mount Tacubban Perahu. It means boat upside down. From a distance, it looks like a flipped boat upside down. So what can we learn from this story? First, we have to obey our parents and always respect our parents. Don't make our parents sad. Do not disappoint them. Second, because without them, without our parents, we won't be existing in this world. We have to thank our parents for raising us. And of course, do not disappoint them again. Well, that's the story about Sangkuriang. Well, I guess that's it about the story of Sangkuriang. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.